Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Diversion Authority Finance Committee meeting for May 27, 2026. Call the meeting to order. Don, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Dardis?
Here.
Mayor Mahoney? Mayor Carlson?
Here.
Mr. Steen?
Here.
Ms. Thompson?
Here.
Ms. Johnson? Mr. Redlinger?
Here.
Mr. Pepcorn?
Here.
Mr. Capitan?
Here.
And Mr. Reitz?
Here.
Form is present.
Thank you, Don. Rick Steen is online, as you probably heard, but also we have two committee members that have advised us that they won't be with us today. Sarah from the county is in election training, and Tony Grinberg is at a meeting in Minneapolis. First order of business is item number 2 is to approve the minutes of April 22nd, 2026. They have been distributed and are on page 3 of the packet.
Move to approve.
Thank you. I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of April 22nd as distributed. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next order of business is item number 3 is to approve the order of the agenda.
So moved.
I have a motion to approve the order of the agenda as distributed. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the order of the agenda? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next order of business is item number 4. We call on Susan Thompson for the approval of the bills. It's on page 6 of the packet and has been distributed.
Okay, we present for your approval the list of bills. These are bills received through May 17th, 2026. There are about a dozen of them. They total $2,428,980.86. Largest one is the city of Fargo, and in looking at that, that included 2 storm lift rehabs and a in-town flood project reimbursement. Does anybody have any questions?
Any questions on the bills being presented? A motion to approve the bills, please.
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion to approve the bills.
Second.
And a second. Approval of the bills as presented as of May 17th for $2,428,980.86. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Don, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Dardis?
Yes.
Mayor Carlson?
Yes.
Mr. Steen?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Redlinger?
Yes.
Mr. Pepcorn?
Aye.
Mr. Capitan?
Aye.
And Mr. Reitz?
Yes.
And that is everyone.
Thank you, Don. Motion passes. Item number 5 is the finance report. Again, we call on Susan Thompson. It's on page 25 of the packet.
Page 25 lists the historic and year-to-date 2026 revenues, expenditures, and other sources. Page 26 shows our statement of net position. This is as of April 30th, 2026. So including the budget fund and the new risk-sharing fund, total assets are $253,932,635. There's some small liabilities with retainage payable and a rent deposit of $184,024. So as of April 30th, the net position is $253,748,611. Since this date, we have received the $100 million from CORE. We've paid back a portion of that as was directed. And then we've also been busy with some developer milestone payments. So the next month's statement of position will look a little different.
Question on the finance report? Motion to approve, please. I have a motion to approve the finance report of $253,748,611. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Don, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Dardis?
Yes.
Mayor Carlson?
Yes.
Mr. Steen?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Redlinger?
Yes.
Mr. Pepcorn?
Aye.
Mr. Capitan?
Aye.
And Mr. Reitz?
Yes.
And that is everyone.
Motion passes. Thank you. Item number 6 is the cash budget report. We call on our Executive Director, Jason Benson. It's on page 51 of the packet.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair and committee members. So when we look at our annual funding status, the top two lines were pretty well on target for where we expected to be sales tax wise. Two of our bigger funding sources, the WIFIA draws and the temporary sales tax bonds through the subordinated sales tax bonding. Mr. Shockley will be covering those later in the agenda, so I won't go into detail on those. And then we did get great news on from the Minnesota legislature at the end of the session about a week and a half ago that we were going to get $10 million. We won't see that go into the revenues because that'll be a reimbursement through the MCC JPA that those funds will work through for those Minnesota projects. So just wanted to clarify that. If there's any questions on funding, I can hit those. If not, we can move to the
Does the committee have any questions on the first part? Please continue.
All right, when we look at our expenditures, we're still working diligently with our P3 team as they submit and complete work. There's a number of items that they're still getting wrapped up kind of in the late spring here as they're submitting for payment. So we expect that to continue to increase regarding the applications and submittals for payment for the milestone payments in the second line. So right now, you know, we've paid out $56 million out of the with over $700 million remaining. Outside of that, all of the rest of our projects are pretty well on target. You know, we do expect some additional third-party MOU mitigation projects will get paid out later this summer and fall as between utility relocates and kind of the various other projects that fall under that category get completed over the next 3 to 5 months. With that, that's my report.
Any questions for Mr. Benson? All right, thank you.
All right,
This cash budget report is for information only. We move on to item number 7 on the agenda, which is the Diversion Authority Board approval contracting actions. We call on Mr. Buckegard. Oh, John's up. I was correct. It's Mr. Buckegard's.
Thank you, Chair Durdis.
Item number 7.
Members of the Finance Committee, we have 4 contracting actions for consideration today. 1 service agreement update and then 2 or 3 bid projects. I'll do a quick high-level overview of those and then take any questions you have, and you guys can decide how you'd like to handle these. But the first one is an update to our C3 Media video services for the project. We have scaled this back about 25% from what we had last year, anticipating that we will have less need for the level of activity we have now once we finish construction. So we have scaled that back a little bit, but are still keeping most of our same services going through the rest of construction, and then also understanding we'll have some wrap-up activities to do as we close out the books on construction. So again, that's a year update that would start in July through the next July, and that contract's for $123,400. Our first bid project is our Cheyenne River benching project. We are recommending award of that project. We got 7 bids, which was great to see. I actually got some very nice bids. So we got 7 total bids, range from about 1.9 million up to a little over 4 million. Our estimate was 6.8 million, so we certainly looked into that a little bit, making sure that the contractor that bid didn't miss anything. It sounds like, from what we're hearing from them, they're a very reputable contractor, probably one of the more experienced ones in the region. I think that helped a lot with the bids, the way they came in. Most of the difference in cost from what our estimate was to what was bid was in the excavation. So we took a very conservative approach to that, understanding we could get a contractor who wasn't really used to working in the river. These guys are very much experienced in that, so I think that was reflected in their bid. So we are recommending award of the Cheyenne Benching Project to Minnesota Native Landscaping in the amount of $1,865,706.20. The third project is work package 52K. That's a mobility project we've agreed to do with Mapleton Township. It's to do some gravel improvement work on a few miles of Township Road down south of, actually along 52nd Avenue, the extension of the new 52nd Avenue bridge out to County Road 15 to the west. We received 2 bids on this one. The bids were slightly higher, about 2%, 2.5% over our estimate, so very much in line with what our estimate was. Generally just a little bit higher bids. The gravel pricing is a little bit higher, and you'll see that reflected a little bit more in the next one. But we are recommending award of this project to Border States Paving in the amount of $918,831.05. And the fourth project is what we labeled as 52L. It's also called Warnicki Avenue. This is an agreement we made with Harwood Township to connect a segment of 2 cutoff segments of road along the east side of the diversion, where there was some very limited access, especially in the last couple of years with the County Road 31 bridge being out on the Cass County side. Again, only received 2 bids here. These bids were a little over 25% higher than our estimate, which certainly was something that we dug into. Primarily, it was 3 bid items that caused that overage. The Cass County asked us to include some reduction in the width of remnant pieces of County Road 4 that are east of the diversion to turn that back into a township road. So that was a bid item that was hard to estimate. They're basically just doing some work to actually shrink the road back down. And that bid came in about twice what we estimated. I did check with Cass County, or with Kyle at Cass County, and they were comfortable with the bids they received there. The other 2 bid items were related to gravel. The gravel pricing was again higher on this particular project. We didn't have as many costs that were under, so it ended up showing up as an overrun or a higher price. And then we also had some gravel repair bid items that were slightly higher than what we estimated. So again, we're comfortable with this project. Recommend award to R.J. Zavarol and Sons in the amount of $479,936. So with that, I'd stand for any questions on any of those contracts.
Questions for Mr. Buckergaard? All right, thank you.
You bet.
To the committee, we can take these items one at a time, 7A, B, C, and D, or together. What is your preference?
I would move to approve 7A, B, C, and D altogether.
I have a motion to approve 7A, B, C, and D. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a second. I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Don, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Dardis.
Yes.
Mayor Carlson.
Yes.
Mr. Steen.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Whitlinger.
Yes.
Mr. Pepcorn.
Aye.
Mr. Capitan.
Aye.
And Mr. Reese.
Yes.
That is everyone.
Thank you, Don. The motion passes. We're on item number 8, MOUs and agreements. We call on Mr. John Shockley. It's on page 72 of the packet and page 74.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I only have one item for the Finance Committee today. It is essentially a closeout of the MOU with Harwood Township. Under the current draft of the MOU, there were deferred annual lost tax payments due to the township over a period of 10 years. Harwood Township was one of the few townships that had elected to take the payments over a set number of years. Recently, they had changed their position and requested that we pay out the remaining amounts due under the MOU in one lump sum. So it's not changing the financial obligation, it's just closing it out, and that would be a total amount of $11,820. So we would be looking for recommending approval of it.
Thank you, Mr. Shockley. Any questions from the committee? Again, this is an actionable item.
Move to approve.
We have a motion to approve the Howard Township and the Metro Flood Diversion Letter of Agreement for lost tax revenue to the amount of $11,820. Is there a second?
Second.
I have have a second? We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Don, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Durdes.
Yes.
Mayor Carlson.
Yes.
Mr. Steen.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Willinger.
Yes.
Mr. Pepcorn.
Aye.
Mr. Capitan.
Aye.
And Mr. Reeds.
Yes.
That is everyone.
Motion passes. Thank you. We're on item number 9, other business. Again, we call him Mr. Shockley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The first update I have for the committee is just an update on the WIFIA loan. We did not make a draw this month. The developer was slightly later than anticipated in submitting invoices this month. And so the last invoices were just previously submitted prior to the holiday. So we will be making a draw from WIFIA likely in late part of June, early part of July. That'll probably be in the amount of about $70 million, maybe slightly more.
Questions on that? Anyone? Please continue.
The other update I have for the Finance Committee is the temporary subordinated sales tax bond update. A couple of action items will be coming up in the next couple of months. So next month, we'll be asking this board and the Diversion Authority Board to authorize us to formally release what is referred to as the preliminary official statement. So anytime you go to market, as many of you are probably familiar with municipal bonds, public entity bonds, you have a preliminary official statement that's sent out to the market. Given the size of the transaction, we're just asking for the formality of getting authorization from this committee and the board to approve the release of that. Also, in June, there'll be a motion that we'll be presenting to the Fargo City Commission, asking them to approve us refunding. There's 2 small capital improvement bonds that were issued back in 2014 for some flood improvements. As part of that subordinated sales tax bond, we'll be refunding those 2. And so that'll be happening in June. And then in July, we'll be asking for authority from recommendation from this board and authority from the Finance Committee to go out to the market with a parameters resolution, which would set forth the total amount that the bond could be and the maximum amount of interest rate. The reason that we're going to be using a parameters resolution is the current volatility in the market. We want some flexibility with the underwriting team that if, as you've probably noticed in the markets, depending upon what's going on in the Mideast, you can have wild swings in interest rates. And so having some flexibility to pick the right day to go to market could mean 20 or 30 basis points. And on such a large transaction, that translates into real savings. So just kind of an update of the roadmap of what you'll be seeing in the next couple of months. We anticipate closing on that subordinated sales tax bond sometime in August. Originally, we had anticipated that would be earlier in the year because we thought we would be receiving more invoices from the developer. However, given that the invoices have been later, we thought it was prudent to wait a little bit longer to issue that bond just because we didn't need to pay the interest during that period. And so pushing it out a little bit further was actually beneficial to the authority. Happy to answer any questions. But
Thank you, Mr. Shockley. Committee, any questions on these 2 items? Again, these items, thank you, John. These 2 items are for information only. Our next meeting for the Finance Committee will be June 24th. Any questions on that? Okay. With that, that concludes our business. Is there any other business that any of the committee members would like to bring forward at this time? Any staff members would like to bring anything forward at this time? All right, thank you. We stand adjourned.